Why are children allowed at weddings? First of all, no children wedding every time.
I disagree.
If I see a wedding invite and it
you
doesn't,
haven't seen Luca in a suit. He's cute as fuck.
If I see a wedding invite and it doesn't say no children, please, I don't want to go. We keep putting little band-aids and fucking covering our eyes with petroleum jelly. We're like, no, I don't see that kid being bad. No, it's fine. No, that's a fucking asshole kid. He sucks. Don't fucking bring him next time.
Yeah.
Figure your kid out. Discipline him. Do something. He sucks.
He does suck.
Being
Mom?
a parent is probably one of the worst fucking things because
It's
there's
really
no right
hard.
answer.
Yeah.
There's no
Really
right
fucking
answer.
And there's no like guidebook
No.
at all.
It's everyone has their opinion. It's just like running a country, right? Like we all have our own opinions on how to run this country. There's probably good things that could happen from these opinions and good things but then we're somewhere in the middle and there's still going to be shit fucked up. Like there's no possible way to do it right.
Hi! Welcome back to another episode of Big Mood. Oh my god. You guys, look who we have with us. Tell him, baby. Tell him who it is.
I don't know, who is it?
You fool!
Oh, it's me, Jessica.
Jess is here. From that movie?
Yeah.
It's me,
Jessica. Rob Schneider.
I'm in here!
Yeah. You guys somehow got me back to LA.
Yay!
She loves it.
I
I
know.
do.
She loves it.
When I was flying in, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then when I was like driving in my Uber to my hotel, like driving through LA, I was just like, Nibbler. That's how I felt. I was like, hey,
Look who's back,
Nibbler,
Nibbler.
come here.
Hey.
We also have me. Hi, for the listeners at home. It's Gina. And then we also have...
Tiff. Tiff is here.
And Nibbler.
And Nibbler is just
Guest-
wrecking our
guest
show
host.
right now.
It's
What are
so
you doing,
nice to
Nibbler?
have you back, dude.
I know.
Thanks.
Hi, Nibbler.
And I know the audience definitely misses you and loves you and
Yes.
is always happy when you're here.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least the 10% that are willing to comment for some reason like me. Thank you guys.
You're funny.
Comment, let us know that you're here. Hey, so we did this last time we filmed and we had such a good time that we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do more Am I the Assholes, where I read Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit, and then we're all gonna discuss together if this person is an asshole or not.
Yeah.
And I like judging people. This is it's fun. That's why I want to do this, so we can judge other people's mistakes and not feel bad.
Right.
You know?
Take the spotlight off of our own mistakes for a
Yeah.
little while.
Exactly.
This
You
isn't
know,
an
and-
escape hour.
You know what though? This was requested by our audience too, to see you specifically,
Oh.
Jess.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted your opinions on these.
This would be fun.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I've got opinions.
Well, I know. I'm strapped in and ready to hear them.
I pulled up a bunch of them and I was super prepared. I did this 2 hours ago. But I'm going into this blind too, so I haven't read these either. I kind of just like read the title.
Okay.
And
you felt they were juicy enough just from the title.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. The first one is, am I the asshole for not taking down my video that was a gift from my best man? I have a sister that's 6 years older than me. My parents for years canceled on me last minute because of my sister. I have a basketball game. Oops, sorry. Sister doesn't feel like going out. I'm
Aw.
graduating. Nope, sorry. Sister had a bad day at work.
Oh, hell no.
They have missed major and smaller events in my life because of her meltdowns. I met the love of my life. We decided to tie the knot. From the beginning, I told my parents how I am worried my sister will ruin another special moment in my life. My mom told me over and over again it would not happen. The day of my wedding, I received a voicemail from my mom saying they wouldn't come because my sister's dog was sick and she was upset.
No way.
Wait, is the sister special needs? I'm not understanding why
I
the
know.
sister
Because-
is like running every little
She had a-
event.
She had a bad day at work.
That's
So I
why
think
that
she's
doesn't make sense to
capable
me.
of-
Like, just for that, it doesn't. But even if she
That's
was
some bullshit.
special needs, like, would that still justify that?
yeah, I mean, I could see if like an adult with special needs is having like a meltdown, then the parents would need to address it or something and would have to miss the event, right? But like a normal human, that's why I'm like,
I think he would mention it.
Okay,
I think he would
He
mention
didn't
it.
mention it, so okay,
Yeah.
she's just a
'Cause-
regular ass girl.
Because then, even if she had special needs, like, they would have like support there for her, not
Maybe
just
not always.
on them.
Maybe not always.
Because the government offers a ton of support
Oh.
for special needs.
So let's assume she's not, because I think he
Okay.
would include that, you know?
So she's just a
She's a brat.
okay.
And her parents spoil her. So they said that her sister's dog was sick and she was upset. I was hurt. My best man, however, is a jokester. He took my phone, then went to my fiance and asked if he could post a video of our wedding as a gift on social media. And she loved this idea.
Who loved the fiance?
The fiance.
Okay.
mhm. I had no idea about it until I came home. Our honeymoon was at a lakeside cabin, so I had no cell service. The post caption was, quote, "My best friend. He's an amazing person, even as if his parents never show up for him." The video was still pictures of us next to her parents, me on the dance floor, cutting the cake, where you would normally see both parents in wedding pictures. The sound behind the video was my mom's voicemail explaining how they couldn't come because my sister's dog was sick. I came home a week later to hundreds of messages, family members from both sides insisting I take it down. I was told my sister hasn't stopped crying. My mom is refusing to leave the house. I may be the asshole here. I didn't take it down when I got my messages. I didn't call my family back right away. I waited until my vacation time was over at work and enjoyed my time with my wife in our new home before I contacted anyone. My dad told me to take down the video. It was, quote, "just a bad night for them." They also said that they will make it up to me and my wife for not coming. My reply was, exactly how do you plan to make up my wedding?
Yeah.
It's a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
You chose to ignore my feelings on the whole matter. Then he just repeated, he'll make it up to me, he'll make it up to me. I told him I would take down the video only when he made up my missing wedding, or for missing my wedding. Flustered, we both hung up the phone before we've both said things we shouldn't have. Am I the asshole here? I could have just taken down the video.
No. Not the asshole at all. Your parents are fucking assholes.
Yeah. I feel like he even told them for months ahead of time, like, I'm afraid my sister's going to ruin this and you guys are going to miss it. And they kept on.
Why did they miss the wedding again? Like,
Because
which excuse?
She had her dog was sick
And
she
she's
was
upset about it.
Why would you miss a wedding for that?
That's so weird.
Because you're an asshole.
There's absolutely no. I can't even fathom someone coming to me with that excuse. Like, I would obliterate them.
Yeah.
What would you say? What would happen?
I don't know. Honestly, like, I would probably go silent for a really long time because I would be trying to avoid completely, like, decimating this person.
Yeah.
Because that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You're sad about your dog. I understand that. But this is literally all of this planning, all of this money. This only happens one time. You can't redo your wedding.
Yeah.
That's one thing for the sister, right? But then for the parents to use that excuse.
Why are they her, like, emotional, like, why are they so in charge of making her happy?
Yeah, it's
she's
weird.
6 years older. So
Older?
she's a grown adult.
She's older.
She's a grown adult, and her parents, for some reason, have to coddle her over every little tiny thing, so much so that they're willing to miss their son's wedding.
That's crazy.
It's clear that there's a favorite child here.
There's something weird going on in that family. That is so weird.
People are crazy. My mom, like, so my aunt was getting married one year, and then my mom lives up in the Bay Area with my sister, and she told my sister, "Can you watch the dog while I go to the wedding?" And my sister's like, "No, I'm going to the wedding too." And she's like, "Well, I need someone to watch a dog." Because my mom,
a dog sitter. There's
my
hundreds
mom
of them.
Thinks her dog is, that's not a dog. I don't put a leash on him. That's my son. She's one of those.
Okay.
That's my son. I would never put a leash on him. He's not an animal. I wouldn't tie him to, like, whatever so he doesn't run off. It's like, that's a dog. She was willing to have my sister miss our family wedding for her dog. It was insane.
So your mom doesn't trust anyone else with the dog?
Nope.
Not one person?
Nope. Wouldn't even put him in boarding.
That's insane to me.
That is so funny.
Nuts. Yeah.
But it's funny how she treats the dog as if it's her child, but doesn't really
Treat her
care
child
for
like
her
her
own
Yeah,
child.
yeah.
Wild.
That's crazy. There's a little mental illness in that, I think.
A bit of mental illness in it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, but he's asking if he's the asshole
For not taking the video down.
For leaving
Which
it up.
embarrasses his parents. Do his parents deserve a little bit of embarrassment?
I think it's fully deserved, but also he is being an asshole about it.
But
I disagree.
But
he is.
It's fully deserved.
It's justified.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
justified.
it's justified to be an asshole.
Yeah, you can be an
Yeah.
asshole about this. The top comment says, "Not the asshole. The truth hurts sometimes, and your parents and sister just got whammied."
Whammy. That's a very white word. Whammied.
Whammied. Your friend is awesome. Please leave the video up.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Right?
I
wanna watch
know.
it
They
too.
should have linked it.
I want to see the
Or at least
comments.
just hear. I just want to hear the voicemail. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. I just want to hear the excuse, how it was said. Like, how is that justified in their own heads? That like, oh, this is okay. We can miss our son's wedding for this.
This reminds me of like a rap song where it's like, this is kind of like the diss track, you know, where they have the guy call with the voicemail and it's like a little bit of justice, poetic justice.
There it is across the board. You are not the asshole. They said your wife and your friend are true heroes. Not the asshole, but do yourself a favor and cut them out of your life. If you're not important to them, don't let them be important to you. I did this with my father and I'm better off now.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. One of the questions is, not the asshole, is your sister developmentally disabled in any way?
Yeah. That was my question.
He responded saying, no, she's just super spoiled. She cries on demand, big crocodile tears whenever she doesn't get her way or when she isn't in the spotlight. My wife thinks my sister did this because she asked my own sisters to be bridesmaids and not my sister. Oh, she asked the bridesmaid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For her to be.
Yeah. She asked her own sisters to be the bridesmaids, but not my sister. My sister has done it so many times. I think she's jealous I got married. So yeah, not development or no mental illness or anything, I guess.
No, I mean, she definitely has mental
Okay,
illness, for sure. Somewhere in there.
Narcissism?
This is not,
I don't know.
Yeah, this is not
like, I don't,
normal.
I was thinking, you know, more like special needs where, like, you know, but good God.
And then how are they planning on making this up to him? How?
Yeah.
That just sounds empty too.
It does.
Right?
Like, he's probably heard that so many times. Miss the graduation, miss like all the big events. Like, you can't,
Like, have they
those
ever
aren't
made
things
up
you
for
can
those?
make up.
Yeah.
How do you make
Over
up
the
for that?
dumbest excuses too. Like, it makes no sense.
I would
definitely cut this guy's family out. Like, if I was him, I would be like, you know
if
what?
someone did that to you, like if your parents did that to you, right? And they were like, well, I'll make it up to you. Can you even think of something you would want them to do? Like, how do you, I wouldn't even have like a request in order to make this feel better.
I do.
Yeah.
What's your request?
Buy me a house.
Yeah.
Money?
Yeah. It's get me a house, get me a full paid vacation, like something.
So if you're
treat
not
me
there
somehow.
for me emotionally, then you should just at least buy me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you want
That
to
would make me
maintain
feel better.
a child-parent relationship.
That would make me feel better, but it would still cause like irreparable damage to my feelings towards them and
It
my
just becomes
connection.
transactional then.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're
But
like,
then-
all right, buy me some shit.
yeah, like if you're gonna be an asshole and like literally miss out such an important moment in my life, the least you can do is buy me something.
Yeah.
The least you can do.
Agreed.
Would you sit in that house though, frustratingly though, because like, fuck my parents and like fuck their money. They were never there. Like, do you think that type of emotion
If
would
they
ever
would
come out
always pay, like if this was like a common thing where they would always miss important things and then buy me off, like if it was always like, then yeah, it loses its
of you? Yeah.
it's like band-aid power. And I guess at that point I would be feeling frustrated and wouldn't even want the fucking house. Like, fuck you, keep everything, get the fuck out of my life. I would get
just
to that
don't
point.
Even, Just don't even bother.
I definitely would get to that point if it was like a like repeated thing. But if this was like, all right, all these years missing events, never making up at all, like never making it better at all with nothing, not even a sorry card or nothing, then it's like, yeah, bitch, buy me a fucking house.
I think I would take the house. And at this point, it's just like, yeah, it is the least you can do. If you're not going to be emotionally there and you want to make up for it so bad, buy me a house. It won't repair the damage emotionally in our relationship and all that. But, you know, whatever. It's something. At least you tried, you know?
Yeah.
At least they tried, I guess. But I wouldn't have any hope of like them changing their ways at all. Yeah.
I'm trying to think about this too from the other side. Like, I'm trying to imagine being these psychotic parents who only care about one of their children. Like, what is it in them that makes them not give a shit about this one son? Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine like being a parent and kind of like not liking one of your kids? Like, is that possible, do you think? Like,
I feel
even
like
if he's just a normal kid,
I
can
feel
you
like
imagine?
parents don't like their kids, but it's not liking them is one thing, but not loving them, because it sounds like they don't even love him. That's fucking cruel and cold.
Yeah.
Because I guess they're all everyone's like their own person, right? So even if you are your mother's son or whatever, you could just not really get along, not really, but then you would think there's still some duty to show up, and they don't even have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's crazy to me. Like when people play favoritism like that.
Yeah.
You know,
So
unless the kid
openly.
is fucking like insane, like punches you in the face and all that shit. It's like, okay, I can see why you don't.
So
like
you
him
know,
as
like
much.
in Step Brothers, right? The movie Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if your son is one of those kids, right? Like, would you miss their wedding? Like, sorry, my dog is sick.
You know what?
My sister, you know, like
at
making
that
up
point,
excuses.
At that point, though, it's those parents cultivated that in their child. So I feel like, so for me, for example, I think there's a huge chunk of it that is nurture as well as nature. There's a huge chunk of nature that I can't help, that are in my two sons that I can't do anything about. That's just how they're gonna be. But the nurture part is like, what kind of men do they grow up to be? That's my doing. Like if they're growing up and they turn out to be like the stepbrother kids, that's my fucking fault as a parent.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think those kind of parents, they would go to the wedding anyways because their son, they do everything for their son already. Yeah, so they're definitely gonna go. Yeah. Okay, next one. Am I the asshole for yelling at my wife for drinking?
Here we go.
I am a recovering alcoholic. My father was an alcoholic when I was a child, and I guess I caught it from him. I've been sober for about a year now, and I attend this recovery group once a week that is held by a Mormon church. Oh boy.
Oh, this one's getting prickly.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I've been gaining an interest in their beliefs and have been considering conversion, but that's another conversation. My wife went out with her friends this weekend, and I found out from her friend's Instagram post that she had been drinking. She held a glass of wine in the photo, but she didn't appear drunk when she got home. I saw the post today, and I'm going to be honest, I freaked out. She's been so helpful and supportive during my recovery, and I can't believe she would do this to me. I confronted her as soon as I saw it, and she told me that because she wasn't drinking around me, it wasn't an issue. I told her that when we got married, we promised to support each other through everything, and this isn't being supportive and a direct violation of our vows. She told me to get over myself, and I lost it, and I told her that she was a bad wife and that she wasn't committed to us in our relationship. We've been together for 4 years, married for 1. I told her that if she was pregnant, I wouldn't eat all this food she couldn't eat just so I can be supportive. And she told me that she wouldn't expect that from me, so I can't expect her to be sober and that I was being an asshole. After that, I just left and contacted the group leader from my recovery group. He let me chill at his house while I cooled down. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
She was literally in her own private time with her friends, not anywhere near him.
Not triggering you. Not
like,
showing
it's
you the
not
alcohol.
her fault that you went ahead and was being all nosy looking at other people's pictures.
Yeah. She
also, that's not even a discussion that they had, clearly. If not, she would have known and wouldn't, like, they would have talked about that.
The ground rules.
Yeah, the ground
his
rules.
Sobriety
Exactly.
journey, including the fact that she can't ever engage because it's going to trigger him.
Yeah. He's a recovering alcoholic, not her. Mm-hmm. She can be supportive, but it doesn't mean she has to fully, like, change something that didn't even affect her. Like, alcohol doesn't affect her. It was him. So you can't expect everyone around him to.
That's kind of like those, like, hardcore vegans that when you're eating meat around them, they get pissed at you. Where it's like, I'm a vegan. How dare you eat meat near me?
But in this case, like, they're not even eating it around him.
Yeah.
They have a picture. And he's commenting
how dare you
angrily.
Eat bacon at home when I'm not there?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. How about you? You're hesitating. What do you think?
Is he an asshole for yelling at his wife over this shit? Absolutely. I'm just more concerned that he's not going about his sobriety in a healthy way. So I feel like this is going to really tear them apart if he doesn't figure out how to get more support in the proper way. Like, I think it's great that he's seeking out religion and stuff like that. Maybe that'll help him too, and like take the focus so much off of like what his wife's actions are, like, and bring them back down to what his are. Because really, at the end of the day, like, addicts, I feel like a lot of times blame everything else around them for why they have to use. But it's all inside of them, right? Like, they're the ones that choose. But I hesitated only because I'm just like, man, I feel like this is a struggle, and he's just so far behind where he needs to be in order to, like, get sober in the right way. Like, I feel like he's just this is not gonna go well for him. Like, where he's at mentally, like, his sobriety, still blaming it on other people and taking it out on her and expecting her to have to, like, mirror every single thing he does in order for him to hold it together. It's like, it scares me. That relationship, I feel like, and they're married, so there's no getting out of it, right? I don't know. I'm very fearful for how he's coming at this.
I don't know how I feel about alcohol or like recovery or recovery programs with I feel like it's under the guise of a recovery program when it's a real religion thing.
Yeah.
I don't like when they include religion into it.
Yeah.
Like you should go to a proper alcoholics recovery
AA
thing.
is all like based on God. It's like
Oh, is
more
it?
non-denominational, but it's
Oh.
religious. So it's like you can't really find very many like entirely secular.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of like AA, like all the steps and all that, like as my mom went through it, it's all like God, higher power based stuff. It's not specifically one religion or another, but a lot of times people will fall into one because of that.
Oh, weird.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
But yeah, so that's tough to find. I mean, there's probably facilities that he could go to if he like had to go to like an actual rehab.
Yeah.
And like maybe there's some you could find, but I feel like a lot of it stems around like finding a higher power, a different like a higher purpose, something like outside of yourself in order to help you overcome that addiction.
Yeah.
So a religion is often a lot
Weird.
in there. Yeah.
And Mormons are weird too. So
I
he's
don't know.
going into the
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he was an asshole for it, and he shouldn't force people to abide by his rules for himself because he's the one who's a recovering addict and not her. That's why I feel like what if Casey was like, what does Casey like? What does he love?
Food.
Food, right? Like what a specific food?
He likes barbecuing a lot.
Yeah, so if he's like, I have to get off barbecue because my doctor says it's not healthy for me, it'd be fucked up if he saw you eating barbecue at my house and be like, Tiff, what the fuck? You know? That's weird.
If he
Can you see a little bit though how it's like triggering? So it's like I'm trying so hard to like change myself, and it's almost like you're laughing in my face and not suffering with me a little bit. I think like I can see where they're coming from. It's not right.
I can see where they're coming from too.
But it's just like,
'Cause, like,
man, I wish it's like a codependent, right? It's
Right.
like I wish that you would take this journey with me because I'm not strong enough to take it on my own. So
Right.
like I need you to also behave in a way where you understand the suffering that I'm going
Right.
through, like the sacrifices that I'm making. To you, it's not that big of a deal, right? Because you don't have the addiction problem. So you can have a drink and then it's not a big deal. I can't. And so it's almost like I kind of see like where that selfish little, you know, like piece of them is coming from.
And I feel like that's fine if there's a conversation around it. Like you can't just blindly expect the other person to know exactly how you're feeling and your expectations about it. Because like when he used the pregnancy example, like during my pregnancy with Luca, like Casey himself volunteered where he's like, I'm not going to eat sushi your whole pregnancy. I'm also going to continue to cut coffee even though we already got pregnant because we were cutting coffee and alcohol to get pregnant.
Yeah.
But then once I already was pregnant, he's like, I'm still going to stick to it.
Yeah.
And he didn't. But that that didn't upset me because I'm like, no, you enjoy yourself. You eat some sushi. That's fine. The only thing I did, I remember one time I was like, well, just this one meal, like, can you not eat it in front of me? Because I really do miss sushi. Like, I can't have sushi. But like, I communicated that instead of being like letting him or like saying it's fine, go ahead and eat sushi. And then I'm over here fuming by myself, all pissed, like how dare he eat sushi when I said like, you know, it just makes no fucking sense. So like for him to not communicate that with his wife at all and expect her
and assume she will.
Yeah. And assume that she will have the exact same thoughts. It's just really fucked up. I don't know. It's like he set her up for failure.
Yeah,
So-
I'm worried for them. But I feel like I understand why he has that reaction, and I don't think he's an asshole for having those feelings, but I think he's an asshole for the way he carried it out by yelling at his wife and like making her feel like shit and all of that. But it's like this could be a learning lesson. Like
I wonder how his support team responded to that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I don't know.
So top comment says, you're the asshole. This is not about you. She didn't do this to you. She did it for herself when you were safely far away.
Yeah.
It's good she supports you. Spouses should support each other. But at the end of the day, this is your affliction and it's not responsible and it's not reasonable for you to criticize her drinking. She's not the one with the problem. Yeah. She suffered enough from your alcoholism without you abusing her on top of it. You're on thin ice. You should watch out. You need to apologize.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
And then someone said, yeah, it pinged my spidey sense that a religion that very explicitly calls for wives to submit to their husbands in all aspects of life is something OP, the original poster, who yelled at his wife for daring to drink alcohol with her friends outside the home, is very interested in. That he's interested in Mormonism.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
There is a link there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mormons don't drink alcohol at all. Like it's like against...
that could be even more of like a self-hating thing that's feeding into this.
Yeah.
If he like starts feeling that pressure from the church if he gets into it. That could make it worse.
That's it's a selfish thing. Like, I remember when I met you guys up in Hawaii I was there with my boyfriend, and then I ran into you guys, and I told him, like, oh, I'm going to extend my stay because I want to hang out with you guys. And then he's like, no, you have to go home. Even though we lived in different cities.
Yeah,
he was flying home separately. I was flying home separately. He's like, no, you have to go home. I'm like, why? He goes, because if I have to go home and work, you should go home too. I'm like,
that's really weird.
I paid for my own ticket. I'm not even flying home with you. I don't even live
really
with you in the same city.
I could get if you guys live together.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, you...
Yeah.
Well, I want to have fun too.
Yeah.
But then to be like, no, you need to go home to LA when I live in a different city.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
going to see you
weird.
anyway.
Fucking weird. And then it was one of those, like, I have to go home and work and suffer and be miserable, so you have to go home too. It's like
Was he serious?
Oh yeah. Oh, we got into an argument about it.
Oh, wow.
And then
Why
I was
didn't
like,
you drop
you
him
have to?
immediately?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, I paid for my ticket. You don't get a say in anything.
And you, how long did you date him after that?
how long did you date him for? Like
2 years.
2 years?
After
On
that?
and off. On and off.
It was on and off for
After
a long
that?
time.
Yeah.
Gina?
Yeah. Look, I was
I'm glad we've
23
grown.
and dumb.
I'm glad we've grown.
We've grown
Yeah.
a lot. Okay.
If anyone tells you anything, okay, so just as a side note, I was texting this guy that I just matched with on a dating site or something, and then I was saying like, oh, I'm watching this thing on Netflix, and he goes, oh, I've already seen it. You should just turn it off.
Oh.
And I went, no.
Was it
and-
like, I've already seen it, it's bad, you should stop
No,
watching?
he was just like, I've already seen it. Just turn it off. Like,
What
I think
the fuck?
he was trying to get me to come out with him or something. So thought he was being cute, but I was like, this is not cute.
No.
Because this is like
Demanding.
step one of 100
He's
steps to
testing the
come.
waters.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
buddy.
crazy.
How'd you respond to that?
I just literally put no LOL. And I didn't respond to him the rest of the night. And he even went like, Jessica ... like a few hours later, like,
Ew.
and I was like, no.
No.
Deleted the thread
What
next.
the fuck?
Fucking weirdo.
Weird.
But yeah, no, people that are controlling like that, that's crazy
It's
to me.
the whole misery one's company. They just want you to
Yeah.
suffer with them.
It's not a good sign.
Mm-mm.
And I totally agree that this guy is an asshole and I can't date someone who is an alcoholic. I've tried, someone who's in recovery, especially the beginning of the recovery. Like, I feel like those people need to be alone for like a good 2-3 years, figure out their sobriety on their own. It's hard though, because they're already married, but that's just a recipe for
I can't even
disaster.
date someone who drinks a lot and not even just an alcoholic, an addict, but just someone who likes to drink.
Well, they might
lot,
be an alcoholic,
you know?
and just a functioning one.
Yeah.
Because like most people aren't drinking all the time,
Right.
unless they're an alcoholic. But it's just that some people, they don't ruin their life.
Right.
They're a high functioning, low like
Well, I mean, in this case, though, like,
consequences type of drinker.
or in the case that's in my brain, I mean, that person did ruin his life with the way that he would react when he was under the influence. Relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, that's just,
it's true.
I think that they would be classified as an alcoholic, in my opinion.
I think alcoholics are like, I don't know how they classify it. Like you're drinking every day, even alone, even to
No,
do
I mean,
anything.
binge
Not
drinkers
always.
are also alcoholics. So like they'll go,
Yeah.
a week or two without drinking.
Oh,
and then
really?
They'll
Yeah.
drink like
Oh.
That's
they'll drink
why-
like a fucking whole
That's what
thing.
I'm saying. I'm like,
Oh.
Yeah, that can also classify as alcoholism. Like if you don't drink at all, and then the next fucking like one weekend you just down like a whole thing of vodka, like that's also signs of an
I
alcoholic.
see.
Yeah.
Huh.
Do you wish your luggage didn't just scream, "Oh, I'm on a business trip"? Well, guess what? It doesn't have to. With Base, you can get chic, affordable travel bags and accessories that look good and are packed with function. Base was created by actress Shay Mitchell to make sleek and affordable bags, luggage, and accessories designed to help you travel effortlessly while still looking fashionable. Base has thought of everything you could ever want in a piece of luggage. 360-degree gliding wheels, a cushion handle, a built-in weight indicator, washable bags for your dirty clothes, and all the interior pockets you need to keep organized. Their luggage comes in multiple sizes and colors, and for shorter trips, the Weekender bag is super functional and even has a place to store your shoes separately. Every piece is made to look better with miles, so you don't have to worry about it in cargo or overhead. And Base has over 30,000 3,000 5-star reviews. Whether you're packing for a quick trip or looking to breeze through the security line, Base has your personal items covered. I just received a piece of luggage from Base, and I have to say it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's trending, everyone loves it, and there's absolutely a million reasons why. You guys have to try this luggage. If you're looking to replace your luggage, give Base a try. Right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/bigmood. Go to basetravel.com/bigmood for 15% off your first purchase. And that's spelled BEIS travel.com/bigmood. Get you some luggage. It's beautiful.
All right, next one. Am I the asshole for cutting off support to my daughter? I have 3 children with my ex, Tracy. The children's names are Michael, Linda, and Victoria. They're all in their mid to late 20s. We split because Tracy had an affair with Stan, to whom she is now married. We never shared with the kids the reason for the divorce, as I didn't want them to blame either of us. Well, this backfired as the kids saw their mom move out of the house into a small apartment and me keep living in the house and remarry 2 years after the divorce. So they saw me as the bad guy.
Thriving.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Stan and Tracy let them pretty much do whatever they wanted, and I had to be the disciplinarian who made sure homework was done, appointments were made, and deadlines were met.
Oh, wow. You did the thing that like so many women have to do all the time.
You're hating on him?
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I had to throw that in there, but I'm glad that he's being the responsible
You're
one.
Yeah.
so funny.
I just had to get that.
What a
little
shitty mom.
Yeah, she is. She's
What the
being
fuck?
terrible. But like, think about, he's complaining over some shit that literally so many women have to deal with.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Like,
it is a pain when the other parent's not helping.
The dad fucking
Girl,
cheats.
you're preaching to the choir. Like,
The
literally,
dad-
this is my experience.
I know, but
I
I'm just
get it.
like, now you see how it feels.
I get it, but he should be the receiving
No, I
of
know
that.
he's not, but it's funny to be like, now you see what women go through. But anyways, continue. I'm
But
on
yeah.
your side. I'm on your side, sir.
My 2 oldest eventually came to realize that I was not the bad guy. Not the bad guy. My son, when he found out that his mother had put nothing away for him for college for him, as outlined in our divorce decree, and she told him to take out loans. My daughter, when she realized that her grades were going to keep her out of her desired program in school. My youngest never came around. So it was a surprise when her boyfriend asked for my blessing to ask for her hand. When I expressed that I didn't think she'd care about my blessing, he said she insisted on it. She began spending time with me, being polite to my wife, and it felt wonderful to have my daughter back. I went with them to book the venue, and they'll be getting married next summer. I paid the deposit and the first installment. I noticed that she was becoming less communicative again recently, ignoring my texts or giving one-word replies and not coming over as much. On Monday, my son sent me a post from Instagram. My youngest had an engagement party this weekend to which I was not invited. One of the photos was her with Stan, and it read, "Anyone can be a father. It takes a real man to be a dad."
Oh no. So she used him for like wedding deposit stuff.
Damn,
And then-
that's shady.
And then she shaded him on the
The
internet.
caption said, "This amazing guy has been my dad for 15 years, even though he didn't have to be. I'm so blessed to have him walk me down the aisle next year. Hashtag daddy's girl."
No.
Stepdaddy's girl.
My kids wanted for nothing their entire lives because I never let them go without. Even when they wouldn't talk to me, I made sure their needs were met. I texted Tracy to ask why I was not included. She replied that Victoria didn't want my wife there because she wanted a drama-free day. Who's Victoria? Oh, sorry.
His new
the
wife,
daughter.
right?
I texted my ex-wife, and my ex-wife said my daughter didn't want my wife there
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she
The
wanted
stepmom.
the stepmom. She wanted a drama-free day. My wife has literally never started drama in her life. I asked if Stan and I would both be walking down the aisle. Tracy didn't respond, but Victoria called me up demanding
Damn, that's
to
so
know.
sweet of him to even offer
To share.
To share that, yeah.
Yeah,
The fuck?
He's
Tracy.
too nice. He got walked all over.
Damn.
Tracy didn't respond, but my daughter called me up demanding to know what my problem was. I repeated my question and she replied, no. Stan, her dad, would be walking her down the aisle. I told her if that's what she wanted, I would be fine with it. I told her to let Stan know the next payment for the wedding is due in November. Stan and Tracy do not have the money for this wedding and think I'm being an asshole.
My blood is boiling.
My wife says, if I do this, my daughter will never speak to me again.
That is
So fucking what?
My other
Okay.
kids are on my side.
Good.
Yeah. Dude.
This
She
is
Damn.
a
used her
lot. This is
dad
a
and pulled
lot.
at his heartstrings
This
for
is a
money.
lot.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah. Cut her
Cut her
off. Never speak to her again. Like
Yeah.
that's And then the
Wow.
other two siblings, if they're on dad's side, I wonder
The
what they're
older ones.
saying. I wonder what they're saying to their little sister to be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sister's probably not listening.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's really fucked up, dude.
And then the ex-wife to be like, yeah, you know, my husband.
that I cheated on you with.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh my God. I'm so mad for him.
Holy shit.
You know,
That's
I know,
crazy.
I understand when parents want to shelter their kids from marital issues, and I think that's the right move to make. But when there's something that's like done, right? Like we're getting a divorce, we're gonna move into separate houses. This is what happened. You know, your mom was the one that decided that she didn't want to be in this relationship anymore. I feel like the kids need to know that kind of stuff. They don't need to know that your mom was sucking a dick in the back of, you know what I mean? Like, but the kids need to know the truth. Like, shielding them from that, I feel like sets you up for like, the kids will understand a lot more than you think they will, and they deserve to know the truth of what's going on too. So like, even just starting this from them being young, right? The house split up. Visually, it looks like the dad just kicked out the mom. Like, you know, like tell them the truth.
Yeah.
But like in a way that they can handle.
At the
right?
same
Like your
time,
mom
though-
wanted to leave. I'm still going to do everything I can to support you guys. I wish it wasn't like this way. I love you guys. I'm always going to be there for you. You know, like you can tell the kids what happened. Like your mom kind of fucked up, but it's okay.
Both parents, like you, but then the other party can be so fucking immature. Because I've seen families where, hey, your mom cheated, and the mom will be like, no, I didn't. No, like they'll just lie and try to make the dad the villain. Be like, no, he cheated on me. Like parents lie to their kids, or you know, like parents like shit talk the other parent to their kids. You know, so I can see why. I can see this woman doing that and turning his kids
sure.
against
But
them.
I guess he just let that narrative like live, is what I'm saying. Is like, if you know that shit's fucked up, you want to protect your kids from drama, that's perfectly fine. They don't need all the details, but not letting them really know what happened at all, in a way, is doing yourself and them a disservice.
No, but Gina's right too, though. Like, I can see that playing out that way too, because I mean, like I said, I'm in my own situation, right? With my 14-year-old, and his dad tells him a lot of things from our past that makes Isaac look at me in a different light, where I'm like, you don't know the whole truth. Like, you don't know everything. But then, like, at the same time, I have to hold myself back, because now it's gotten to a point where Isaac and like his dad is his everything, and anything that I say, it's like I'm lying, I'm wrong, because there's no way.
Well, is it because you're not telling him the truth about things about his dad too? So it's like he's just getting all this bullshit from his dad about you, and then you're like, I'm gonna protect my son so that he can still love his dad.
Yeah.
And then you're just this like martyr now.
Yeah. No, literally that's the case. And now like it's really fucked up. But I'm holding out on the hopes that when he gets older, and when I feel like he can be he's only 14. Like he's not ready to hear everything that he needs to hear. And so when he's at a good age where I'm like, okay, I'll tell you everything now, I'm hoping at that point he can like piece things together and see the clear picture.
Yeah.
But until then, like right now, I'm bad guy.
Yeah.
I've been bad guy because in our home, I have to be the disciplinary person. I have to make sure that he's being responsible and does all this like chores and grades, everything. Now, like, you know, doing extracurricular activities in school, like I'm the one that's like, no, you're not going to quit. You're not going to be a quitter.
Yeah.
And he fucking hates my guts.
It sounds
And I'm
similar, like the kids, especially even the younger
Literally,
ones. Like
that's
they
why
got to go back to the other parent's house where then the stepdad
that's
was
why I
let
was
them
telling
do
you,
whatever.
you're preaching to the choir, Jessica. I'm literally living this fucking life right now.
Yeah.
It's hell. It's fucking hell. And I don't know how to help me in this situation.
You're like, someone help me
I'm
out.
like, please help me. My 14-year-old hates me, and I don't know how to like.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I hated my parents when I was 14 too. Like, I think that's a phase. Some of it is just a phase, like, and it would be any teenager, like pick anyone out of the crowd and they're going to hate you for some reason. It's just a phase they have to go through in order to like create independence, right? Like, I have to sever myself a little bit, become a man. I can't just be a fucking mama's boy or whatever. So he's probably just going through this phase, right? And then like maybe his dad has some sort of, charisma that he's drawn to, kind of like the Andrew Tate fucking shit.
Oh my
where
God,
it's like,
it's funny you bring
this
him
is
up.
not the best role model, but it's kind of attracting him for some reason. It's helping him kind of be a little bit stronger, like get more confidence as a man or whatever. Then he'll figure out realistic shit in life later, hopefully. I think as long as you're around.
I don't know.
As long as you're around.
No, because it literally gets so hard to the point where I'm like, is there any, like, what's the finish line here? Because like, should I even fucking stick around for this? Like, what the fuck?
Men
What the fuck is the finish line here?
They'll grow up and figure it out. I had to figure that out too.
Yeah.
You know, my parents were the same way, where, you know, one parent was talking shit about the other. I'm like, yeah, fuck that other parent. And then I grow up, I'm like, and I turn around, I'm like, dude, you are the fucked up one this whole time. You know?
And kids are
They
easy to
figure it out.
manipulate until they get a mind of their own, which, you know, your brain's not fully formed until you're 25. So just give it another 10 years.
Yeah, but this bitch is getting married.
Yeah.
This fucking bitch is getting married.
Yeah.
And she's literally
She
using
wants her stepdad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's like, I also wonder too, I'm like, you are the one that creates the relationship between yourself and your children, right? So it's like, has he not done enough other than just being a disciplinarian? And I hope that none of this crosses over to you.
No, it definitely does. Because that's what I was saying earlier, where I'm like, there's a good chunk of nature and a good chunk of nurture.
Yeah.
And I know I've fucked up in the nurture with Isaac. I know for a fact I have. And so like now it's kind of biting me in the ass. And I'm like, well, now I have to kind of ride the wave because I don't know what else to do to make it better. Like I'm trying to do things to help the situation, but I feel like it's kind of like one of those things where it's like no matter what I do, it's
being
wrong.
a parent is probably one of the worst fucking things because there's
really
no right
hard.
answer.
Yeah.
There's no
Fucking
right
hard.
answer.
And there's no like guidebook
No.
at all.
It's everyone has their opinion. It's just like running a country, right? Like we all have our own opinions on how to run this country. There's probably good things that could happen from these opinions and good things but then we're somewhere in the middle and there's still going to be shit fucked up. Like there's no possible way to do it right. So it's just like trying to find a balance, right? Like you get too far to this way. Oop, let's pop it back this way. Like if you're too much of a disciplinarian, let's pop it back over to maybe I can be the fun mom a little bit. If I'm the fun mom too much, whoop, we need to get back over here to being disciplinarian. Like I imagine it's only just like constantly trying to like come back from too much in one direction or another. But then so I just can't imagine though, like me being a daddy's girl, I'm like, how has her relationship with her actual father gotten that bad? Like what happened there? Like the older, but maybe it's just like he wasn't around enough because like the older kids are on his side, so it's like they had access and exposure to him.
Right.
Maybe
As
the younger one didn't really get enough of that, so she just latched onto the new one.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily his fault, but it's like I don't know if she's doing that type of shit that like I could see her maybe not having that good of a relationship with her dad and like wanting maybe her stepdad to walk because she's closer. He's the one that was actually there every single day. That's fine. But then the going on social media and being like, this is my real dad. It's different to be a fucking sperm donor from being a fucking father. You know, like just her attitude about it. Like that warrants all right, I'm cutting you off. Yeah, I'll cut you off.
To use him for the money too.
Yeah, he was getting all excited that his daughter was coming around. He put some cash down and then she disappears. Like, parent or not, as a human being, they're all adults. Like that's not how you treat someone.
Right.
Reddit saying you are not the asshole. Can you just cancel the venue and get a refund? If so, please do. He should totally
if it's
do
in
that.
his name, no, that's too much.
Oh my god.
No, I'm that petty.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What I would do is
Absolutely.
like, here, we did this. I'm not giving you anything else. Don't fucking ask me for shit. Like, there's no reason to go in and try to ruin it because then it just like justifies them thinking that they're right.
fine.
You know what I mean?
Fine.
Like, don't let them think they're right.
Yeah.
Just be
That's
like
true.
the bigger person.
Now you know I have problems with my 14-year-old.
just let be the bigger person and be like, all right, well, I tried to help you.
It sounds
You're
like that's
using
his
me.
route
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's why he's like the next payment is on this day.
Yeah,
so
like
good luck.
let your real dad then pay for it.
Exactly.
Like
You want to call him real dad.
you like him so much.
All right. The next one we have is
Dude, even the money thing, by the way. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that shit's
You just
I'm like, oh, whatever.
that shit's so fucking conniving. Am I the asshole for throwing my siblings in foster care so I can have a better life?
Whoa.
throwing my siblings in foster care. Yeah.
Throwing.
I know, just fucking chucking them in there.
Well, let's hear the whole story.
Okay. I have roughly too many siblings and even more step siblings.
Wow.
Roughly too many.
Roughly too many. Between my parents and my latest stepfather, we have 8 kids living here.
Holy
Damn.
Myself being 19, 3 half siblings on my mom's side.
Sounds like me.
4 step siblings and 1 full sister who's 6 years old. Things have never been
from 19 to 6.
Baby fucking.
Yeah, right.
No,
Where
but
did
that's
all-
a huge gap.
Where
There's
did
so
all those
many.
kids come from?
19 to 6, yeah. 8 kids in total. So he has 1 full sister. Things have never been particularly good or stable, but now we're at rock bottom. My mother and stepfather are going to be going away for a long time, and everyone's in a rush to get all
prison?
That's what it sounds like.
these.
Where the fuck they going?
No idea.
For a long time.
Prison,
Right?
right? Let's assume.
Damn.
And everyone is in a rush to get all these kids into homes. I'm the only one who's over 18, so everyone wants me to do it. I don't want to. I've gotten an opportunity. My grandmother on my father's side offered to have me and my full-blood sister, the 6-year-old, move in with her and even pay for me to go to college. The thing is, she lives several states away. I talked to social workers about this and got the answer that I could move with my little sister without a problem because her parents were able to voluntarily give me guardianship of her, and of course, I'm her full sister. The rest I can only take in if I stayed in the state because they would be a full foster care placement though. I'm sorry, but being forced to stay here would destroy my future. I could definitely survive, but I would be stuck in a horrible place working paycheck to paycheck. I can never have a real life. I made the obvious choice. The social workers were nice enough to arrange it to where me and my sister weren't just standing in front of them during the pickup. But obviously they know exactly why they're now in care. The 4 of them that have phones have been texting me and calling me nonstop, some of them for help and some of them just to scream at me for abandoning them. I know the system is going to be really bad for them because of where they are and their ages, but I just can't do it. I can't blow this. This is mine and my sister's first chance for a real life, and I feel like I owe it both of us to make it right, to take that chance. Am I in the wrong here? The kids and my mom think I am. My grandmother thinks I should have done something but can't say what, and wouldn't let them in her house even if it could happen. The only person who doesn't think worse of me is my 6-year-old sister who says she likes the quiet, but obviously doesn't know the full story. Am I the asshole?
Damn. Poor girl.
That's rough.
That's so fucked up.
I mean, okay. It's not her responsibility to take care of children that she didn't have, right? She's still a child herself. She's 18 or 19 or whatever.
19, yeah.
That's a child. But I can see how all those kids are like, need something more than what the state's going to give them, which is going to be a bunch of probably really shitty families to live with for a little while.
I'm curious to know, where are the rest of the family members in this picture?
Right?
There probably just is none. I mean, it sounds like if the parents are going to jail, there's probably like no one around.
Damn. Because these are step siblings too.
3 of them are halves. 4 of them are steps.
Yeah.
And then 1 full sister.
Yeah.
That's rough
So
because
then where's their parents? Like,
Right?
or
The
other parent.
Yeah. They're obviously not in the picture since the foster care system is where they're going.
That's
So
so
it's
sad.
like a total shit show.
I would say like you're not as attached to your step
Responsibility, yeah.
siblings.
Right.
Because you're
probably
like, these are strangers.
Yeah, exactly. Depending
Like
on
I've known you for 2 years. Like, why do I have to change my whole life for you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's rough.
I feel like I probably would have done the same thing. Like take my full-blooded sister and just go. Not that the full-blooded sister means anything more than the other ones, but it kind of does. You know what I mean? It's like, this is my actual sister. All these other ones, I don't really know you. Like, there's got to be someone else that can figure this out for you guys. But she's the youngest. We have the best chance. So it's kind of like a survive mentality kind of thing. Like, when you're down that bad, like, you have to figure out how to just make it out alive, it seems like. And like, in order to clear her conscience, I would assume like try to go to college, try to like do something maybe like to help them later. Like someone's got to get out in order to, like, if you all stay drowning, then no one wins. If you can get out, if you can go to college, if you can get some sort of job that can maybe help them in the future, or at least just teach them how to do better later. If they're younger enough, like maybe she could help them with college later or something. Like, this is freaking tough. This is like, and this is so many people's lives, like just a mess.
8 kids.
So many kids.
The top comment says, not the asshole. Your siblings should be mad at your parents, not you. They're the ones putting everyone in this position. You are 19. In no way can or should you be a parent to that many kids. Don't fault yourself. You're put in this situation, not just them. Good luck to all of you. It's such a fucking horrible, like, I feel like imagine you see them later on and they're like, I was fucking abused in foster care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like, because you are an adult, right? You're 18. You're like, I could do something about this.
Technically, you are an adult. But
You can't stop yourself from having culpability and whatever happens to them now through this system.
Yeah, it's still the parents'
So that's why
fault.
I'm like, in my mind, I'm trying to think of how she can do better later. It's just like right now she's nothing she can. What can she do right now? Like go work at fucking McDonald's and like struggle to like, or go get an education and like try to help them later. Like, I don't know what the answer is, but that's like, you're all going to drown together or someone has to get on the life raft.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know how she said that like the 4 of them keep blowing up her phone?
Oh, yep. It's right. They're going to prison. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Like I hope she's at least trying to communicate with the ones that are hitting her up.
I think that
like,
she should.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Like I really can't. But you know what? I'm not going to forget about you. I'm still going to like check
stay in their lives.
Yeah.
Like talk to them every so often. Like keep updated. Like if they're in a really terrible fucking situation, like maybe you can help try to, this. We need a new placement here. This is bad. Like be someone that can like
the advocate
help kind of push. But like she really has to.
She can't raise those kids.
She has to get out and get on her own life raft, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would help a lot. Because if the kids call her up and be like, this foster home is awful, then yeah, she can help out and call CPS or whatever.
Because a lot of times kids in the system don't have anyone to advocate for them. Like there's not enough workers or they're just not heard or something. So that's the least that she could do. And I think that's also the most that she could do.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Am I the asshole for saying I told you so at my sister-in-law and brother's wedding? I, 27-year-old female, have known my sister-in-law for 3 years. She's the type of person that always needs to be right and needs to be in charge of everything. She's very demanding as well. My sister-in-law's family members are very disrespectful and rude. They don't clean up after themselves, expect everyone to act like maids or servants around them, and they think very highly of themselves. They can never be wrong and think they can do no wrong.
Well, that's where she gets it from.
Because of this, my sister-in-law's family don't really punish their kids. Like they have no consequences. They aren't even like the gentle parenting type either. My sister-in-law's sister has a son and he's extremely chaotic. He throws tantrums if he doesn't get something and he has to be a center of attention 24/7. When there are birthdays, these people with their grammar is terrible. I'm struggling here. Jesus Christ. When there are birthdays, he needs a gift or opens the gifts and needs to blow out the candles.
Damn.
Dude.
How old is this kid?
Fuck those kind of kids. Oh my God. It's frustrating, which is why I'm not usually around at family gatherings and other stuff. I was at my sister-in-law's since her friend canceled on her and I was helping make invitations. I saw one of the names were sister-in-law's nephew. I asked if she wanted him to go and she said, yeah. She then asked why. So I told her why. I talked about his tantrums and how he'll probably throw a fit during the reception and other stuff. She got mad and said that she didn't know what I was talking about. She told my family and her sister, which caused her sister to write me a message saying how I was wrong and other stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Well, day of the wedding comes. Everyone comes in happy except nephew. He's crying and is about to throw a fit. When my sister-in-law came out, he literally started screaming. The poor pastor had to stop and wait for the parents to leave. During the after party,
that little brat ruined to walk out.
During the after party, he was back again and crying. When they were cutting the cake, he screamed extremely loud. He pushed my sister-in-law, who was holding a glass of wine, and spilled on her. So she started crying.
Oh no.
She turned around to leave and I looked at her and I said, I told you so. And she started crying even more. When I got home, my mom called me extremely immature and wants me to apologize. So am I the asshole?
No.
That was extremely immature.
Why are children allowed at weddings? First of all, no children wedding every time.
I disagree.
If I see a wedding invite and
you haven't seen Luca in a suit. He's cute as fuck.
If I see a wedding invite and it doesn't say no children, please, I don't want to go. I really don't want to go.
Yeah.
Like, children should not be at a wedding. It's an adult event.
I disagree. They have children's tables. They also have children activities.
There needs to be someone.
Yeah. Also, children are part of your family. They're important members of your family.
Someone wrangling them somewhere else then for like the most serious parts, such as the walkout, like the vows.
No, the parents need to have their kids on check. I fully agree to that. But I don't agree with a no children wedding. But if it's your wedding and you don't want, like, you know, I'm not the type that's like, no, you must have children at your wedding, and if you don't, I'm not gonna go. Like, I'm not like that.
I am, but the opposite way.
Yeah.
I don't want to go if you have kids at your wedding.
I'm not like that. But like, for example, I had a friend who got married last year, and she was saying like she didn't want kids at her wedding either, and that her whole family, they were just raining down on her. Like, you're so mean. How could you not have kids at your family? I mean, at your wedding, like, you know, we're all a part of this wedding, and how can, like, I don't have a babysitter, so that means you're not going to allow me to go or whatever. So like, she was just getting so much drama from her entire family. And at that point I was like, but it's your wedding.
Yeah.
You get to decide what you want at your wedding.
If you don't want 2-year-olds at your wedding,
then don't fucking have 2-year-olds.
You're paying for this party.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I'm like, who's paying for this?
Yeah.
Are they paying for your wedding? No, it's your wedding. Don't have kids if you don't want kids. But besides that, I think kids can have a place at a wedding if their parents
it has to be
are
wrangled.
wrangling them.
It needs to be wrangled.
Yeah.
There needs to be like dedicated like wedding nannies or something. Like, I'm gonna have the kids kind of over here. Adults are drinking. It's like, you know, like, it's just weird. The kids are just fucking screaming, breaking shit. It's like it's a chaotic place.
In this case, it's a very like it's this one kid that's specifically
that, like, redheaded stepchild, like ruining everything.
How would you go about telling your family or friends like, hey,
can you
maybe not your kid?
Yeah.
You know, how would you even go about doing that?
That's a good one.
Because like, what if you have another, like, well, what if there are kids that you like love, you know?
Yeah.
And like, you want them there, you know, and you love their family, you know, the kid's a good kid.
Well, what about having a conversation where it's like, you know, I love your kid. You know, I do.
Yeah.
But you also know how your kid can get.
No, my kid can never.
Yeah, they're not self-aware at all.
Okay, that's fine.
Not self-aware.
That's fine. Then it's like, okay, well, you're not self-aware. And
so if you're being a really bad friend, my son is great. What are you saying about my son right now?
Okay, well, here's
don't come to the fucking wedding.
No. Listen, I'm gonna point out all these instances of when this kid was being a fucking demon.
She's like,
well, he's a kid. Kids are gonna be kids, Tiff.
Okay, well, if you can wrangle your child, I don't want your kid at my wedding. Period. No, seriously, like, I feel like whoever's paying for this wedding has final say. It's my fucking money. That's it. Because I even asked her, because my friend, right? She was like, yeah, well, you know, my mom is like pitching in a little bit for this, and she definitely wants like kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's a different discussion because now she's paying for it.
How much? Is she just paying for the cake, or is she paying for a bunch of shit?
I feel like it's like them paying for it is like a gift to you, though. Like, a gift can't come with conditions. True. You know, like, it's still your wedding day, and if they make the decision to gift you this, it doesn't mean that they get a say. Like, this is not a joint decision here.
I don't know.
Party.
If I had kids, right, and I was giving them $50,000 for a wedding, and they wanted to hold it somewhere that I thought was fucking terrible, like, say they want to have an Alaskan wedding, it's gonna be difficult for us to all get up there. We all have to take a fucking little
Destin, Florida,
one of those shitty little planes to get to the I would be like, can we not, like, I'm paying for this, can I veto this decision to have it? Like, I would have some stipulations.
Yeah, right? But I feel like it's still their day.
It is
know?
their
like, you
day.
Can't buy in to make choices, you know? Like,
you're not an investor here.
Yeah.
Be like, we could have a lovely wedding somewhere else, though, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the whole "I told you so" though. Oh, that must have felt so good.
I know,
but for sure she was
like
being
a
immature.
movie moment. Yeah, like, kind of like there's chaos all around, and then she's just like, "I told you so."
The top comment says, "You're the asshole."
Yeah,
this is absolutely a "you're not wrong, you're just an asshole" situation. Yeah. It doesn't matter that you're right. There's no need to be that person in the moment.
I disagree. I think if someone's not self-aware, someone's not aware of like how bad their little fucking kid is, they need to have that rattled into their brain.
Yeah.
They need to know.
I feel like there is a better way of doing it. Like,
no, there's not.
Like, okay, so there's like a more tactical way of doing it, right?
Okay, tell me.
Like, instead of like, told you so, like, you could have been like, oh my God, it's all over. I told you not to invite them. Like, I told you, come on. Like, or like a more like concerned, like, oh,
empathetic.
That's passive aggressive, bitch.
I know, but still,
just
these
be
people
like, I told you so. This kid is a fucking piece of shit.
But then the wife would be more inclined to be like, oh, you're right. When you're being like, when you're
it just makes more excuses excuses. We keep putting little band-aids and fucking covering our eyes with petroleum jelly. We're like, no, I don't see that kid being bad. No, it's fine. No, that's a fucking asshole kid. He sucks. Don't fucking bring him next time.
Yeah.
Figure your kid out. Discipline him. Do something. He sucks.
He
and
does
you suck.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be like a marriage between these two. And I vote that one. Because yes, you're right. And also, yes, you're right.
Yeah. Just a little bit of tact. That's all.
Yeah.
Because if you really want to,
there's
like,
no tact with that little fucking asshole. Ruin the wedding. There's no tact. Why does it deserve tact?
I guess the goal here, like, is there's different goals, right? If the goal is, see, I'm gonna let you know that I'm right.
Rub it in
and be like, told you so. But if the goal is to really teach the bride, like, see,
Shame teaches people a lesson.
or because then she might take it out of anger and be like, fuck you for saying that.
No, listen, Jess, I fully live my life with that motto.
Yeah.
And it fully fucking backfires on me all the time.
Like, that way feels great. It
that's
feels
how
wonderful.
I was raised.
Yeah.
And that's how I've gotten my 14-year-old to hate me. So
But like the other goal is to finally make this bitch, the bride, understand, see, he fucking sucks, you know, let's not have him around as much anymore. Then you take the more like softer approach of like, oh no, I knew this was gonna happen, see, I told you.
Yeah.
Then that will make her more inclined to agree and be like, yeah, this kid does fucking suck. But if
and
you
not just
do
that,
it,
but then for the future situations, and she'll be more inclined to listen instead of being like, oh, she's just being a bitch.
Yeah,
or trying to like
exactly.
rub it in. That's why I'm like, yes, you're right.
Like, it's
but
creating
that one does feel better.
That one feels
it's
good.
creating more of an enemy that's not going to listen. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Second comment says, everyone here sucks.
Yeah.
It was a bad moment to say something like that, but man, I wish I was there to see it.
Yeah.
They got mad at you for trying to save the wedding from drama, then you're proven right, and now it's suddenly not okay. Again, bad timing, but I love the pettiness. Yeah, I mean, I do.
I
love
just
it.
don't imagine the scenario going any other possible way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
in my head, it doesn't go the way where we're like, well, you know, he's a great kid and all, but like, we try to discuss this beforehand. We thought this could be, you know, he could be disruptive at times, and so we just was trying to ask if you could figure out a way to keep an eye on him during the wedding a little bit more than usual, blah blah blah. Like, you're just, you know, I'm like, who's gonna fucking do that?
Yeah.
No one's doing that. Everyone's fucking drunk on red wine, and then the fucking bitch is gonna be like, I told you so.
Told you so.
Like, that's the only way it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen this diplomatic way.
Yeah.
So the sentiment of all the comments is, look, you were the asshole for saying it like that, but this is hilarious.
Yeah.
But why is she the asshole? I just still don't get it.
Yes. It's so funny.
The kid is out of control, and it's past time that the family needs to do something about it. Possibly adding insult to injury, though. She brought it on herself, but you put salt on the wound. So
Yeah.
you're an asshole, but I think everyone agrees that we'll let that one slide.
Oh, shit,
This person
that's hilarious.
says, I'm saying not the asshole. It's just that you are a justified asshole. You raised your concerns. Your sister-in-law ignored them, which is fine. And then she told you were wrong, which you weren't, but that's fine. She then told her family, who sent you messages like, how could you say that about my child? Which was really wrong. She shouldn't have done that. Your sister-in-law spread your warning to her family, who then messaged you. This entitles you to say, fuck you. You were wrong. I was right. I told you so. So yeah, everyone agrees. Everyone's like, And you kind of rubbed it in her face after she's running away crying already, which is a shitty thing to do. But we understand why you did it. Which is hilarious. Another top comment says, am I the only one that laughed? And someone else says, no, because I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I wish I would have been able to see the family members' faces after she said, I told you so. Especially the ones that took the time to write her a message.
Yeah. Right? Like, how dare you? God, there are some kids like that in my family. And it's just like, dude, you guys suck. Like, fuck these kids, man.
Yeah.
They're awful. And then they grow up to be shitty people. And it's like,
Yeah.
I told you so, you know?
Yeah.
So I really wish I was there to see that. And that I told you so feels so good. Not a lot of, like, people don't get a lot of opportunities where they get that.
Slam dunk.
I told you so.
It's like a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, don't bring that kid.
Yeah.
And then every possible thing goes wrong. Besides the venue catching on fire. Right?
Yeah.
And these people will never admit that they're wrong. They'll never admit that you're
That's
right,
why
too.
you gotta kick it to them. Like, I told you.
Yeah, I told you.
Get it in when
You
you
gotta
can.
break
Yeah.
that. You gotta break their fucking like facade that they have.
They're
in
still
their
gonna
head.
make excuses. Oh, but it was a mistake. He just tripped and fell. Whatever. They're still gonna
Oh
make
my
excuses.
goodness.
I've dealt with these parents before. It's like, dude, shut up. Oh my God, shut the
Yeah.
fuck up already. Like, ugh. All right. Thanks for watching this episode. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun doing these. Having Jess on Am I the Asshole? You guys were right. It
Yeah.
is a good idea.
I know.
It's really fun. But we're probably going to be doing more of these in the future. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe,
Comment.
check out our sponsors below, you know, comment, tell us your opinions on are these people assholes or not. And you know what? Let us know. Like, was that person the asshole for saying, I told you so?
Hmm?
Because we want to hear you guys' opinions on this too.
I think it was a justified asshole for
Yeah.
sure.
Until then, it's me, Gina, Jess, and Tiff. We'll see you guys next week.
Yay.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.